Hi everyone, it's Eva Pieczak here from Abundant Results Coaching, and today I'd love to teach you an element of Science of Getting Rich. Now, if you haven't heard of Science of Getting Rich, this is a lovely book by Wallace Wattles. It's that thin, and it was written even before, I believe it was written before Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and it says here you don't need to read anything else in order to become wealthy, but you need to apply this information. And there's one chapter here that has been helping me a lot, and I've been studying quite a lot when it comes to my business and my ability to think. And Wallace Wattles says that in order for you to be wealthy or to earn, whether it's 10K or 20 or 50K per month, you've got to have ability to think the way you want to think. And I'm going to give you some examples. I want you to think about, let's say you have a project. You maybe have an online workshop or maybe some sort of sales party or something like that. And maybe people are not signing up as quickly as you would like to attend. What is your dominant thinking? Are you thinking about the end result that you desire? So I see the workshop full, I see the amount of sales that I want. Or are you being eaten up by your present results, which means that maybe you are thinking, oh my God, people are not signing up as quickly as I would like to. Is this workshop even gonna work? Am I going to get enough sales? I mean, time and time again, I've been experiencing this in my business. At the start of my business, when I started running on live workshops, it was huge. My ability to think the result that I wanted, despite my present results not showing up, was extraordinarily important when it comes to achieving my goals. And it was one of the hardest things to learn. So today I want to talk to you and I want you to think how you're thinking. Whether is it your end result that is dominating your thinking, or is your present results or not seeing maybe the workshops filling up as quickly as you want, or maybe your sales happening as quickly as you want, is that controlling your mind, or is the end outcome that you want controlling your mind? So here's what Wallace Wattles says here. I have said that an individual gets rich by doing things in a certain way. In order to do so, you must become able to think in a certain way. Your way of doing things is the direct result of the way you think about things. To do things in a way you want to do them, you will have to acquire the ability to think the way you want to think. This is the first step towards getting rich. To think what you want to think is to think truth regardless of appearances. Now, what is he talking about when it comes to truth? He talks about desired result. Now, if you really think about this, this is one of the most challenging paradigms or blueprints or patterns to overcome in a human being, because ever since we're children, we are taught to pay attention, to be rational, to look at what is and make it mean something. But what he's trying to teach us here is to be thinking about the outcome you want, even if in the middle of your workshop things are not happening. So just to give you an example, when I was starting this business and I did my first series of workshops, there were many days when first few days I would have like maybe 2 or 3 signups on the list, or on a Monday just before the Saturday workshop, and on Saturday I would have 70 spots in the room, and I had to train my mind to think that the room is going to be full. I had to see 70 people in the room and the room being flooded on Saturday, even though maybe the results were not coming in as quickly as I would like to. And here's what would happen. Frequently, my thinking would generate new ideas how to fill up the room. And we had so many times when on Monday the same week we had 2 or 3 signups, and on Saturday we had 70 people in the room. Even sometimes on Friday we had 35 people in the room, and on Saturday we had 70. It was mind-blowing. But in order to do that, I had to think certain ways. So let me keep reading for you. He says, you have the natural and inherent power to think what you want to think, so to think the results you want, but it requires far more effort to do so than it does to think thoughts which are suggested by appearances. To think according to appearances is easy. To think to think truth or what you want, regardless of appearances, is laborious and requires expenditure of more power than any other work you have to perform. In fact, Henry Ford said that thinking is the hardest job there is, and this is what he's actually talking about: thinking the right thoughts, even though appearances may show you that things are not happening, right? You're not going to achieve that workshop numbers or that sales numbers or income number for the month. He says there is no labor which most people shrink as they do from that of sustained thought and consecutive thought. It is the hardest work in the world. This is especially true when truth is contrary to your appearances. Every appearance in the visible world tends to produce corresponding form in the mind which observes it. This can only be prevented by holding the thought of the truth. And then he just goes on here. It requires power to think health when surrounded by the appearance of disease, or to think riches when in the midst of the appearances of poverty. But when you acquire this power, you become a mastermind. You can conquer faith, you can have what you want. Now, if you haven't read this, I would highly recommend. And this is a small book, but it's so wise and it's not easy to understand it. That's why I'm teaching you a little piece of it that I'm reading actually every day for past couple of weeks. And I'm deepening my understanding and application of it. What Wallace Wattles means is you have ability to think the result you want, even though your circumstances right now may not be showing for it. So let's say maybe your sales are going up and down, or maybe your income is not coming through the way you want. If you train your mind to think about what you want and become super laser focused on this, then you're going to start having ideas how to improve your income and how to improve your sales or how to improve those numbers for the workshop. But you have to train your mind to do it, and it's one of the hardest jobs there is. So I want you to just think about it today. Maybe you are thinking about your sales during the week or your income per month, or maybe the type of customers you're attracting, or maybe you're filling up a sales party or a workshop. I want you to really ask yourself and check in with yourself, what is my dominant thinking? Am I dominated by, is my thinking pattern dominated by the end result I desire more frequent than not? Or is it dominated by my present results and I'm wondering why is it like this and why are people not showing up and all of that? Really pay attention to it. It will show you how much your mind might be programmed by the present results. And I tell you this, I want you to think about, I don't know, the Wright brothers who designed an airplane, and we could talk about any successful people. Their eyes and their sight was always on the ball, always on fulfilling their finished product. They were always visualizing and thinking about their finished product, their airplane. Didn't matter that many times they fell down, they even tried 500 times, but they still kept thinking about the finished product and kept thinking that they will get it. What do you think about most of your time? Do you think about your present results and why you're getting them? Or are you driven and mostly controlled in your thinking with your desired results? This is huge. And if you would love help with this, I certainly needed help with this, then we're here for you. We can hop on a call with our team and we can show you how we can train you to do this. It's not an easy thing to do. I know I needed years of training of personal development with a mentor, accountability, and community to train my thinking to think like Henry Ford or any other successful person. But the rewards are humongous because 50,000 per year to 50,000 per month in just 2 years. My best month so far, 85,000 in the COVID days. All of that is because I trained my mind to think. Yes, I do the work. Yes, I have strategies, but 95% of my success is in thinking the right way. And you can also learn this and see the results you want, whether it's 10K per month, 50K or 100, the same rules apply. So if that speaks to you, if you would love some help, then click on the link below. You can book a call with us, with our team, and we will help you out and show you what needs to be done. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you take it to heart and you start being mindful about where your mind is throughout the week. Take care.